Hey guys, it's me, Manix, and bring out some more things, right? Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. In the last part, we started off with the testimony of Larry Butts. He told us that he had been going from his place in the, what was it, that shack he has, all the way to the bridge for the last 20 minutes waiting for Iris, but of course she didn't come. And he was kind of hiding exactly what he'd been doing. So right now we're gonna find out what exactly why exactly he saw the bridge catch on fire, and for some reason he didn't report it. So we're gonna find out exactly why he didn't report it or why he didn't call anyone. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm a Durnium. I'm an artist. What do you what do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out, and then he came up, getting run up. He was drawing it. That is his answer? Man, that's just dumb. Okay, I'm willing to... Didn't he have a camera? Like, couldn't he have taken a picture of it? Including the truth from the sound of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. What would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag a reason out of him. Haha, you regret this, Edgy. Tell us, Larry. My name is Maurice. Get it right. Mistakes like that keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am. Just who exactly are you? Maurice Dunim, apprentice extraordinaire. That's what he calls himself in any case. Then you are an artist? Of course, I'm an artist. The real thing. Yet again, that's what he calls himself. Names mean nothing. There's only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing? That is a very big issue indeed. Sketching the burning bridge? The burning bridge and everything that came with it. What came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Reggie? You'll regret this. Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. Does that indeed appear to be the fastest solution? I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? Got a terrible feeling that the instant the sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted here. We have to look at it. It's the only way we can continue the case. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please. Well. Even I couldn't have imagined it would turn out like this. Imagine what? Imagine what? The Luis Dunim debut would take place here today like this. Ouch! Show it now! Okay, but still yourself. This is the world of Luis Dunim. Well, so this is the Justice Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma? Yes, well, it's a better drawing than I expected. Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames. I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. This is going to get ugly. No one has the bravery to bring this up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry? What? This burning bridge is fine, but what is that unfortunate looking figure? Ah, you spotted that? I thought you might. However much I wanted to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course. I wish she'd taken better care of herself. We have a plan for our future, you know. What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that? Larry, please answer this next question honestly. What? Are you really claiming to have seen this? Iris was flying. Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist. Are you high? I didn't know this game would make a marijuana joke. Are you hurt? Are you high? Oh my god, I didn't expect that. High? The girl, she's really high up in this picture. Everyone's just in absolute shock. Like, what the fuck? WTF? What the hell? This is all a bad dream. I was hitting on the cheek to test the fury. Please whip your own trick from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there is some precedent for this. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It was something. It was really something to see. This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to Earth. What? Me? This witness is your friend, is he not? Accessories of foolishness, Miles Edgeworth. Let us get back to the cross-examination, by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. People can't fly! That's the obvious one. But of course, it's not as simple as that. Get that thing away from me. Now, hurry up and he's cross-examining. Okay, we already seen that. This is what he added. Just where did you see this site from? Hey, no need to shout. When I was lying in bed, that rundown shack, the crack of lightning bolt made me realize the bridge was burning. I just watched it for a while from there, thinking how nicely it was burning. Then, about 5 minutes, I saw it. The defendant flying. That's right. That's when I decided to go to the bridge. I see, that all makes sense, sort of. The only part that doesn't make sense is seeing someone fly. Yes, this sketch doesn't make any sense. Like, there's a lot of occult stuff in this game, but I honestly do not believe that they would go so far as to allow for someone to fly in the show. In this game, sorry. That just seems ridiculous. I mean, you had things like Psychologs and stuff like that, but having someone fly, like, I can't think that this game would go to that level. That's right. The reason she didn't come to me, even though I waited for her, was because she was trapped on the other side of the bridge. Could it be that Iris undertook that dangerous, desperate flight in order to reach me? That's gotta be it. Alright, go me! Continue, please. You forgot the passage of time to that extent, did you? Well, once I got up in it, I tend to forget everything else. That's true. It always, it's always been that way. I guess he's not lying about that at least. Things Wright appeared to have seen after 11:15. If he was drawing until then, that dispelled any doubt. Aside from doubts of his humanity, eh? There's a big clue waiting for me in this cross-examination. This testimony does nothing less than mock the court. But I'm sure that there is a vital kernel of truth hidden in it somewhere. So, Mandem thought Iris was flying, her white hood fluttering. What was her white hood? Her white hood was, he's talking about this. Protects from the evil spirits. Oh, so he's talking about this. Maybe this is what he saw. I don't know. Who knows? Objection. Harry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just pretty being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you $. That is the truth. If that is truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant Iris. Yeah, she didn't have a hood. A foolhardy fool, or a foolish statement by an equally foolhardly fool. Ah, God damn it! Will you stop doing those fucking tongue twisters? It's getting annoying. Tell us, Larry. According to the picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was. Darada shut. Quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me. It told me that this floating agent was Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. It seems there are bigger fools in this world than one of the fence friends. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing a hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight? What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood? Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why you Nick, you dog? I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to discredited and discarded straight into the garbage. Ha. What is it now, witness? What's he laughing about? It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this day to very come. Today is the day I get to completely stupefy you. What? What is the meaning of the outburst, witness? I hate to do something. Wait, I want to check his age. Does it say? He's 25, so he's waiting his entire life to stupefy Edgeworth. Definitive evidence? Iris, I wonder how old Von Conrad is. What's that in here? 19. Oh, she's 19? Wow, that's really young. How old is... She's 19 as well. And Pearl is 9. She's so young. How old is I just want to see. It's just we don't know how old he is. But anyway, let's go. And Luis Dunim shall prove it. I didn't expect us again. But we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in the sketch, and show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy, because I'm gonna feed you a whopping serving of pain. You've been serving us a whooping serving of pain this whole time, trust me. Unlucky. Proof the Irish flu. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost this. Oh my god. That's. Can I'm sorry if you feel like I'm skipping like important pieces of dialogue, but like I know what the contradiction is just from hearing what he had to say. But there was still some falling as I was walking to the bridge. The court accepts this crystal sphere. That's mine, okay? I want it back afterwards. Yeah, there's something over it, isn't there? It looks like blood. What? A blood stain? You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore. Did you want to be called Luis Dunim only a few minutes ago? Anyway, I know what the contradiction is already, but I'm just gonna press all of it. I'm not gonna read it. There's no real point to it. But I know what it is. Pretty obvious. Okay, she actually threw it to get to me. The least I could do was meet her halfway. But the defendant was not at the bridge when you got there, he said. I guess she went back to Hazakura Temple. She's a girl after all. She must have been one to look her best. It must be lovely to live in a fancy land of Larry's mind. Actually, it's so depressing that I can't even work up the energy to the point. So, what did you do next? She made a slip. Like, she didn't fly, mate. Come on, man. Like, everybody knows. I'm pretty sure I threw the pill away somewhere around, so you know. People don't actually slip from banana pills, you know. It's not a real thing to slip on the banana peel. Like, bananas are not that slippery, like, at all. Banana skins, anyway. I kept on falling over myself. I kind of lost it for a while there. You fell over yourself? Yeah, the snow was so deep. Oh god. They're stupid, and then there's like nuts. He's like a new level of stupid. Like, you got stupid, idiotic, retarded, and then just right there you have Larry Butts. Just right all below them, Larry Butts. That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. Half buried. It was sitting in the snow with a little gathered. Wait, sitting in the snow with a little gathered on top of it. It was very hard to spot, actually. I mean, it was dark too. I'm impressed you did well to find it. No matter what you may think of me, when you look at me, I'm a genius security guard. I used the pen light I borrowed from my company to help in my search. It sparkled really brightly, as if to say, "Here I am" to me. It does indeed look very much like a crystal sphere on Iris's hood. But I need to remind you that she was not wearing a hood that night. I'm sure it's a hood. Each nun is assigned their own hood, and they are assigned only one. I don't know anything about that, okay? And Iris is special, alright, dude. Even if she did steal a spare hood, I'll forgive her. This king is nowhere, a destination for the day, it seems. However, this crystal sphere was found near the bridge, that is a fact. If it didn't come from a hood, where could it have come from? That's a question I aim to answer. After all, no one else could have lost the crystal sphere that night. Yeah, she was wearing a hood, but the thing is, the sphere isn't from the thing that they think it is from. He thinks it's from the hood, when in fact, it's actually, where's the picture? Here we go. Look, it's hers. It's Elise's. That was pretty easy to figure out. Larry, that night, there was someone else who lost a crystal sphere. Yeah, because this, if you look in the court record, I'll show you right now, her staff doesn't have a sphere in it, but she usually does have it. The victim? I have a photo of her that's here. On the end of her staff, you can see a familiar looking crystal sphere. That's my photograph, give it back! A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. They look nothing alike. This is the victim's staff found on the scene of crime. Crystal sphere. It's gone. What? What? Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across that bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris. She was not wearing a hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Mr. Lee's Dunim. No. A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. You can't do that. I saw ease. And this crystal sphere. This is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Dunim was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all. Miss Francisca von Karma. The only person who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Why are you pointing at me? Oh my god. I want to feel sorry for him, but he's just such a nuisance, man. The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe that it has nothing to do with the case. That crystal sphere, it was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder, there's blood on the sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the evidence of investigation off the scent. That's the same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch. What? You mean I'm the killer? Enough joking. Just when did the sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be provided in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case. She makes a valid point. There's no evidence that at least the Nim left has a good temple banner. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, in this case it's going to transform into something else entirely. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth. I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it's not related to the case, then this witness who you called would have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Ronald Edgeworth. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the sphere crystal dropped? I have to think about this. Okay. Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? The crystal sphere was blocked. Found half covered in snow. When was it snowing again? Hold on a second. When was it snowing again? Let me check the weather report. It was covered in snow. The murder was at around 11. So... yes, I can prove it. I can prove it. Because it's got snow in it. If it had been there, if the crystal sphere had been there after she had been killed, then there would have been any snow in it. It wouldn't have been that deep into the snow, because there wasn't any. It wasn't snowing then. So the crystal sphere was before. I can prove it. Yay! And I got the right part of the evidence. That isn't the issue. To simply prove it, that is the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to the solving this case. You will do what? The look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he's cornered. That should come as no surprise, because right now I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder, with the crystal sphere itself. Crystal sphere. It was half buried in snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. Snow would have totally covered it. That's all I need to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing. Even if it was ever so slightly snowing. On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier, there is no snow on the victim's body. Therefore, The crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. Order, order, order. On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge, and there, something occurred that caused the crystal to come loose. What? What could that have been? This sphere, there is some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was at the foot of Dusky Bridge. The murder did take place in Hazako Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool, and which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? Have you been paying attention, any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazako Temple courtyard. That's not exactly true, now is it? To put it more precisely, that's what she saw. What she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing. No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of the blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood is left will be left from the body, that would be when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could have very easily been the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding. You're forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. At least Dunim's body was found in Hazako Temple. In 1 foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from the Dusky Bridge to Hazako Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way? No, they didn't. Because I know there's only one possibility. There's only one way they could have carried that body back to Hazako Temple. The method. They used the goddamn, if I can find it, snowmobile. On that snowy night, there was only one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As you know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it could also have been used to carry a body. Order. This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the only one She's the only one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? Hey. You're too late, Francisco Von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim, at least Dunim, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he could never utter a lie that would hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy. Thank you. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Right. I seem to have revealed my part in this. It's just as I thought. Francisco Von Karma, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason and one alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case and to pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this was all about? You could have told me that from the beginning. Then I wouldn't have... Miles Edgeworth. I don't care about what you do. I don't care about what you were here to do. This is my chance to finally grind you under my heel. A shame your chance seems to have slipped by you. What a shame. This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You are a front. Oh man. I demand satisfaction. Damn, you got whipped into. You got messed up. Not like I feel sorry for him though. I can't believe. Yeah, I've kind of like turned my. Because before I just felt sorry for him, but now like, oh my god, man, Larry, you're just absolutely useless. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Da, 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 da. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned. To be continued. What will happen in the next part, ladies and gentlemen? We will see when that eventually hits on YouTube. Wow, that was an interesting trial with Edgeworth there. He's going to pass the buck off to Wright, and we're going to be finally being controlled right in the next part, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and of course subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys later for some more Phoenix Wright, It's Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Peace.